Hello everyone, this is Crota coming at you, giving you game 1 in a series, and this is going to be Hawk versus EmalFan. Unfortunately, both of the players using names that I do not recognize. I believe EmalFan is Look Around, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to look around and figure out who exactly they are. I will just refer to them as Red and Light Blue for this matchup, or U2 Socks. And look around. All right, anyways, let's go ahead and speed things up. We're going to go to the 8 times speed. Most likely, we're going to be looking at an Archmage versus Archmage mirror match just because, well, casters are so important in this matchup, and without the brilliance aura of the Archmage, it is much more difficult to try and use casters effectively. Whoever has more mana in this matchup can generally win out most of those fights. Spellbreakers and Priest extremely important, but it can eventually turn into a battle of Knights and Griffins as well, as the units do get more and more trained up and produced. Let's take a look back off to the north. Archmage has picked up a Gloves of Haste, and where is this Water Elemental traveling to? He was dropped relatively early, and he may be going after this green creep camp here. We should see some Militia make its way down, and that's going to be a very, very fast clearing and teching or leveling to level 2. Archmage now makes its way over. The time life on that Water Elemental just placed down as well, and that is all very important to note, as a Footman now trying to fight back here. All right, Militia now going back to work. We're going to be seeing a bit of an engagement. There's level 2 on the Archmage for Light Blue. He's going to pick up a Tome of Intelligence, get a little bit of extra damage as well. 25 to 31 compared to 21 to 27. So yeah, that's actually a significant damage increase there. The 25 to 31 compared to 21 to 27, a 4 damage drop off. As we're now looking at the Archmage going after that Water Elemental there. That Water Elemental most likely will be able to escape. Not enough life, or not enough time life on the Water Elemental, and the Water Elemental will be able to back away here in just a moment. Could perhaps even turn around, get in a little bit of damage, and still die right now. All right, there goes that Water Elemental. Could have perhaps gotten 2 to 3 shots as the Militia makes its way down over to try and clear out this creep camp. No such luck so far. Militia now heading back. They are going to be heading back there and trying to harvest a little bit more lumber, as the Archmage going to drop a Water Elemental straight up inside the base. It looks like one very dead peasant already, as the Militia making their way over as well. A big mistake by the red human player to not get that Arcane Tower, as a second peasant has been taken out as well. All right, Footman causing a bit of problem. Scout Tower not being constructed. There goes another peasant. Are we going to see another peasant get taken down? So peasant after peasant is falling so far, as we could perhaps see a little bit of damage be dealt to that Scout Tower as well. There is fighting back the other way, as we now see a surround on that Archmage. Why did it let it go? That I am not 100% sure about, as the Footmen now are trying to get away. All right, Footman down to 51 hit points. He will be able to escape. Archmage now with Boots of Speed gonna chase after that Footman. That Footman already down to 53 hit points. 2 fireballs should do it. There is fireball number 1. Fireball number 2, oh, it will come down to random number generator whether or not it will fall, but that Footman is purposely hugging the corner and doing a good job. Oh, is it going to get denied? No, not denied. The Footman able to just run back the other way, as the Archmage now off to the races, so to speak. This Footman down to 4 hit points. Natural regeneration for the win, as he was able to stick around and survive a little longer. Archmage now in a little bit of trouble, sitting at level 1, does have Claws of Attack plus 6, but I'll remind you, only sitting at level 1, so he is missing out on a serious amount of mana, as the Footman now engaging in this battle. The Archmage unable to engage because of its relatively low amount of hit points. No Arcane Vault as of yet, as that is now being, Arcane Sanctum being built, so it is going to take a little bit of time before that makes its way out. All right, Mountain King gives the Ring of Protection and Boots of Speed over Archmage, pretty much only looking at the Scroll of Town Portal just in case it gets surrounded. Can use that. Also has Claws of Attack plus 6, as the keep is nearly done. Mountain King about halfway out, will be making its way out here in just a moment, as the Mountain King now pulling back the creeps, in an attempt to try and get a little bit more experience. Level 2 is definitely necessary, as an ensnare does go down. It is going to get scouted out. Archmage needs that manual of health. Why would you not get it? Why would you not pick it up? It is right there. Mountain King grabs it, as the Archmage sitting at level 2 should benefit just a little bit more. All right, Ogre Magi. Is the Mountain King going to gain the experience? Yes, he is. Does he pick up the item? Of course he does, as he now has a potion of greater mana and can really do some interesting things in this fight. A beautiful Stormbolt there on a retreating unit. Another footman now getting taken down, but as the Mountain King rejoins in on the fight, we are going to be seeing one footman get taken out, another one unlucky enough to get ensnared by a net from the troll trappers, as the Archmage finishes off 2 footmen and now the rest of this creep camp. Now, importantly, this Archmage needs a large number of priests to really heal back up. Only has 1 priest so far, but with Brilliance Aura, that should be enough to at least get the Archmage out of the yellow and perhaps into the orange range. Currently below half-life, or very close to it. Nope, it is slightly above half-life now, as the priests now healing back up. These will not give an additional level to either of the heroes, but using that time effectively to heal their main heroes while still gaining experience. Slight multitasking there, as the Mountain King picks up a potion of lesser invulnerability from the shop, a lightning shield which is quickly sold back to the shop, as that Mountain King will just be shy of level 2, I believe. All right, the timing going to be very close. No, Priest now getting taken down. Mountain King just getting to level 2 by 2 mana, or 2 experience. There goes a bolt onto the Priest. That one Priest very short on life. Is he going to be able to get away? There's a detonation, or not a detonation, that was a Dispel Magic. Who has Adept training? The light blue has Adept training, so he will be able to perhaps disenchant or dispel magic some of those water elementals. How about this Archmage now continuing to fight back over here? There's a Bash Stormbolt onto that one priest. That priest did not need the Stormbolt. The Bash had already stormed him and did him in. The follow-up Stormbolt not really adding all that much. Spellbreaker, Footman, Militia, Archmage now making their way over here. Ogre Magi will quickly get taken out. No stealing of the Bloodlust. That does come as a surprise. Normally, the Spellbreaker does have auto-cast on to try and steal that Bloodlust, now giving it to a Footman who is attacking slightly faster. We are seeing both sides now setting up what looks to be an expansion attempt here on Echo Isle, as this is the 9-minute mark. Both sides going into their respective corners for a little bit of a reprieve on that headbutting action in the middle of the map. And during that time, they're going to be able to set up their bases and set up expansions to try and turn this into an economic game. Now, it's important to note that we are still sitting at keep for light blue. Meanwhile, also sitting at keep for light red. Spellbreakers are going to be extremely important in this matchup if you can get, Knights will be extremely important in this matchup if you can get them, because the Spellbreakers and their medium armor. All right, Renegade Wizard quickly going to get finished off here. Level 3 now on the Mountain King. Has 2 rings of protection for a total armor of 8. Very high armor indeed. Very significant reduction, probably perhaps in the 33 range. 33% range. Wow, my math is fairly strong. As the Archmage, Claws of Attack +6. Perhaps it will be dropping down water elementals here for this upcoming fight. Mountain King also at 3. But also with a Ring of Regeneration, so that little bit of extra healing in a long drawn out fight does tend to add up. How much is it? It is 2 hit points a second, so it is essentially getting an additional Holy Light every minute. Or no, not half a Holy Light every minute. All right, let's go. No, a Holy Light every minute. 200 hit points. Anyways, let's go and take a look at this. Mountain King going to go ahead and try and engage. Who's going to get the Stormbolt off first? Yes, the light blue does get it off first. Mountain King now looking to back off. Both sides taking a lot of damage as the Spellbreakers, or the Priest now getting ensnared. All right, it looks as though, yes, Murloc's now getting taken down. Both sides trying to get into position again. There goes another Stormbolt. And the Mountain King here has to be extremely careful. He does have a potion of mana, but let's take a look at this. The Priest have been actually able to eat through much of the water elemental hit points. If you can see one more of that, that would be able to give a little bit of additional experience. No, now Stormbolting onto a Priest as it does get taken down. All right. remaining units still looking to engage. There goes a quick bash to finish off a unit. Footman trying to chase after that unit there. There is a Stormbolt onto an unsuspecting Footman, and now the Spellbreakers have to realize, wait, we've been chasing that one unit for so long, and all we have is our own dead army. A bit of an overcommitment there. Light blue, 55 over 66 supply. He is looking to build on top of the lead that he has gathered. Archmage should be able to come up this ramp, drop a Water Elemental, at least take down one Arcane Tower as it is being constructed. Water Elemental is right there. There you have it. A little bit of that piercing damage, and you can see how effective that is as the Water Elemental now turns around to fight. More important to note is that there is no Masonry upgrade coming in from the red human player, so it is what you see, what you get. 500 with 5 armor. As we now see a little bit more of a retreat again. Now, light blue trying to come back over, perhaps deal a little bit of damage back to this one tower. Mountain King, is he going to be able to Stormbolt? No, he has not been able to. Out of mana again, as the Mountain King on the other side will be able to launch a Stormbolt and perhaps finish off at least one priest. So far, though, Red is in serious trouble even with the help of a tower. He is not easily winning these fights as the Mountain King now being forced to back off here. All right, peasants not repairing, not quite sure why. That is one of the big things that was actually defending that expansion. And with that one Arcane Tower gone, the gray human player and the gray human player with his Mountain King should be able to stick around this fight for far too long, as there are a good number of priests offering up significant backup support. All right, let's take a look back over here. There's a disenchant. Mountain King gonna go ahead and take it down. We are gonna take a look at this fight. Stormbolt down onto another priest again. Priest quickly taken out. Stormbolt going back the other way just to return the favor, but that Mountain King gonna shrug it off as he knows that, well, I guess sticks and stones, but Stormbolts can and will kill you. Anyways, let's take a look back over here. Spellbreakers sitting at 0/0 upgrades. It does not look like the light blue human player has transitioned to tier 3. Meanwhile, red has. So we could be perhaps going into some knights now. And that would be the real strong unit to try and stop this Spellbreaker army. Without Blizzard to really cover those Spellbreakers in magic immune damage, magic damage. While they are magic immune, they can in fact sit around and fight straight up against a knight for a little bit of time. Meanwhile, let's take a look at this. Still sitting at 0/0 upgrades, as this might be the turnaround point for light blue. If he gets caught here, he is going to be very much up the creek without a paddle. But if he is able to clear this up, his level 4 Mountain King is going to be able to do that much more, and perhaps with the superior items. All right, here we go. There you have it. Mountain King going to straight up engage. Are we going to take it down? Yes, we are. Mountain King now sitting at 4, and that Mountain King can perhaps try to make a bit of a play now. All right, Gargantuan Sea Turtle taking a little bit of damage. Spellbreakers trying to test the waters to see if they can join in on this fight. Spellbreakers down over here, currently enjoying everything that they have so far. Scroll of Healing was dropped. Archmage has a Scroll of Protection and Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Gargantuan Sea Turtle is still right there. What item will be dropped? Tome of Strength and another Ring of Protection. So 2 Rings of Protection plus 3 and a Ring of Protection plus 2 for a total of 8 armor. Nearly doubling the, what is that? 6 times 8 is 48. So yeah, 11 times 6 is 66. So that might be 50% armor damage reduction. No, 41. As the Spellbreakers now trying to fight back here. All right, let's take a look. Spellbreakers doing the strong fight here. Spellbreakers are upgraded 1/1 against 0/0. And no real need for a degree in math to know who wins out on this fight. The light blue Spellbreakers are taking less damage per attack and also dealing more damage per attack than their red counterparts. However, the Paladin is out on the field. That could potentially add in a little bit of changing. As also, you can take a look. That look around has pretty much committed to this fight, even though there's really no reason for him to do so. He's committed into this fight, and he's taking a significant portion of damage. He is now backing off, but the knights are now in that front field. Even though they do not have animal war training, they are incredibly powerful. with 1-0 upgrades, decent amount of armor, and a fast movement speed. Spellbreakers looking to clean up some of this action going on here. Stormbolt now going down. Mountain King losing a bit of mana. Needs to be very careful. Knights now joining in on the fight. Are they going to see a Stormbolt come in perhaps? Spellbreakers not needing to worry about those Stormbolts. Meanwhile, Archmage uses a quick scroll of Town Portal to head back home. Mountain King down off over here. Still seeing that level 3 Archmage. Still seeing that level 3. Going up against a level 4 and a level 4 and a level 1 hero. Where is that Paladin? Where is that Paladin? All right, Paladin is, well, nowhere to be found so far as the units are still fighting and engaging. All right, Archmage is right there. Mountain King is right there. Let's take a look. No resurrection that I see. Down over here, Water Elemental looking to finish off this Arcane Tower will not be successful. Paladin off over here, seeing that level 1. Is he going to be able to heal up and get strong enough? Oh, that's right. Look around does not have tier 3, hence no Paladin, as Spellbreakers now doing a bit of retreating once more. All right, Mountain King looking to get in front. Stormbolt onto the Mountain King here. Mountain King may end up getting a little bit worse for wear, but he is now surrounded. No Thunderclap coming in. There is a Holy Light to try and save it again. And both sides are really doing their best to keep their units alive. Now we see the Mountain King use a quick scroll of Town Portal, or a scroll, potion of invulnerability, making him invulnerable, as the Archmage now trying to head away, perhaps finish off on some easy units, but there are no easy units to be had. All right, Mountain King quickly finishes off a Knight. Knight was below 225, so falls with 1 Stormbolt, as we now have the 1-0 upgrades really starting to take a toll on the remaining army. 1-1 upgrades versus 1-0. Wait, no, it looks as, I can't really tell who's winning. It looks as though the red who is attacking into the blue expansion of human is just taking a little bit more damage once again. Is he going to be able to escape with all 3 heroes at the very least? Mortar teams now joining in on the fight. Spellbreakers joining in as well, as you now have mortar teams getting in some splash damage onto those units. That is a huge amount of damage you can see right there. Do they have the fragmentation shards? If they have the fragmentation shards, that may pretty much be it. Is it getting backed off? Yes, right. Well, no, not engaging there, as we are still trying to look for a big fight. It looks like all the units will be retreating, and there they go. $78 over 90 supply compared to 64 over 84. Red coming back with a fury and looking to finish this game here. This is extremely bad news now for the light blue. Light blue is in serious trouble. Will he be able to fend off this next attack that's going to be coming in? However, he is going to be clearing out some creep camps here, getting to level 5, and now properly backing off. Light blue is gonna be able perhaps to get to level 5 compared to level 4, level 2. So total of 10 levels versus a total of 10 levels. Just the difference is going to be in the number of heroes. Now, one important thing to note, 2 level 5 heroes are vastly superior to 2 level 4 heroes. I don't even know if a level 2 hero can make up that difference. But you know that as time goes on, this red army, those heroes are just going to go stronger and stronger. So as long as that army does not kill you, it is only going to make you stronger at this point as you slowly chip away at it. All right, Militia now, Spellbreakers now clearing things up. We're going to see a bit of an engagement here. All right, Knight now looking to engage, and that is some serious damage once more. Spellbreakers now trying to do a little bit of a chase. Are we going to see some caught units? That is the big question, as we now see a Stormbolt lay down a quick Mortar King. All right, there goes another unit there. So everyone is just absolutely fighting this. This is absolutely no lines, no positioning, just all-out brawl based on the color of the t-shirt you are wearing. Red and light blue still engaging in the center here. Water Elemental is taking a lot of damage. That one only needs 15 more hit points, and it ends up getting taken down. More and more attacks coming in from U2 Sock, as we are now looking at 76 over 90 compared to 75 over 84. All right, still fighting more. Knights now looking to back off. Slow, and lots of it have been cast, really minimizing the amount of damage that these Knights can do. All right. As the sorcerers are now making their way back over, Paladin able to come in for a quick flank. It looks like the Paladin unable to catch that Mountain King while it was low on hit points, but maybe able to get that Paladin instead. No, Paladin now with Staff of Preservation able to return all the way home, as the army of Look Around has suffered heavy casualties and needs to consider how things will continue to move forward. Alright, Archmage now looking to back off here. Water Elemental getting in a little bit of slow again, as it looks as though Red is going to take this game with taking out this expansion. Thanks for watching. Well, wait for it, as now we're going to be looking at the units coming back off to the north. Are we going to see that all-important engagement? There goes some one key units out of the fight early, but I think this is pretty much going to be it. The Paladin just now back on the field, even at level 1, and so far things not looking good for Look Around. All right, Mountain King ready to engage, ready to pounce on these units. Red really outnumbering the number of gray units here, but there's more to attack, and I think that is a big difference. All right, U2 Sock is gonna continue to clear out these units, and looks like a Mountain King may get taken down. No, able to escape again, as that will be game 1. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game 1. Please stay tuned for game number 2.